they don't think big. They're just thinking like short term, I guess.
Do you believe they're really thinking short term, or is it something else? Just for a second, play devil's advocate. Let's put ourselves in the shoes of the prospect for a second. They've been working for a long time in their life. They've saved a bunch of money. They put it into investment accounts. They built up their 401k with their job, and they've set aside a small amount to get some help with trading mentorship that they're realistically not making any money from, right? They're probably in the red, if not just like barely breaking even most of the time. Do you think they're really thinking short term, or is it something else? You had to explain why you say you think they're thinking short term.
Yeah, I mean, well, bills always come up. They never slow down. Got to take care of my family. So God forbid, like something happens to me, at least I have this little trust fund or whatever to be able to give to them or to myself. And
so is that short term to you?
No, it's long term.
All right, cool. So they are thinking long term, which is generally pretty good. Now they're thinking long term, so we covered time. What about when it comes to abundance versus scarcity? Which side of the spectrum do you feel like they're on that?
Scarcity for sure.
Okay. And when it comes to ownership, do you think they're on the taking ownership and taking responsibility side, or on the delegating ownership and responsibility side? Careful with this one.
I think delegating would be better.
Okay. Explain why.
Because they knew they were going to have a family in the future. They knew they were going to have all these things, all these responsibilities.
Yeah.
So why didn't you work harder when you were younger to make sure that was never something you had to think about?
Fair. I think also at the same time, it could be argued that they are taking ownership because they understand that their investment accounts and like their family is on them. Like they're taking care of it. I think both could be argued there. You're right. But you do bring up a topic. Where in time are they focused? Are they focused on the past, the present, or the future?
Usually, I'd say more the future.
I would agree. That is super common for high performers. So if you think about everything we just said, they are thinking long term. They are somewhat taking ownership, somewhat maybe delegated it a little bit earlier in life. Number 3, they are thinking in the future. So maybe let me ask this way. What's wrong with that?
In terms of like them delegating, them thinking future, more like long term?
Yeah. Is there anything wrong with having that mindset in life? Like, do you think that will typically lead to success in general? Have a long-term mindset, largely taking ownership and accountability, but also knowing that you could have done better earlier in life and putting money aside. I think the scarcity is a little bit there, so that might not be the best. So the reason I ask you that is to take a look at these different viewpoints that this person has and see what areas are either in line with your belief or not. And then you get to decide those areas. Do you want to go with it or do you want to shift it? So let's take the long-term belief first. Number 1, do you believe that having a long-term focus is a good thing or a bad thing in general?
It's a good thing.
Perfect. So no need to really change that. Scarcity versus abundance. Do you believe that one of those is better than the other?
Abundance for sure.
Okay. So they're in a scarcity mindset. You get to decide, do you want to go with that or do you want to shift? We'll come back to that in a second. To go both. When we go to ownership and accountability, they are taking responsibility for their family. And I would say they're probably also taking responsibility for they probably could have done better earlier in life, but now they're trying their best to make sure that they keep the money that they earned. Yeah. That's my viewpoint, at least. I don't know if you see it differently, but that's what I see. Is maybe like they've been working hard and they're trying to keep what they've worked for, which is, I think that's a good idea. You don't want to overspend on things that are unnecessary. But back to the scarcity bit, I think that's still there. Let's just take those 3 for now. Okay. So there's only one that we might want to change even potentially. That's the scarcity versus abundance. So these people, while they have a lot, they don't feel like they do. That makes sense? It's not about short term or long term. It's not about whether they believe this is possible or whatnot. It's they have plenty to pay for something like this, but they feel like they don't. And usually that comes from just overspending and doing stuff wrong in the past. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So if we wanted to go with that, we could say something like, that's why you save up money, right? The reason that you save up money is to be able to use it when you need it. or when you see an opportunity that you can make more from, right? You don't want to over leverage yourself by any means. You don't want to like put your house in jeopardy or anything like that. If you're not certain that you want to do that, but realistically, that's why people save up. That's why people invest, is to grow their nut so that they can use their nut for whatever it is that they deem a good idea. So what is a good idea? Like, what is a good way to use your money in your opinion, Mr. Prospect? Oh, it's a good reason to use my money might be to make more money. Okay. Do you feel like if you got better at trading, you'd be able to make more money? Yes. Okay. What are some other ways it would be a good reason to use your money? Family emergency. I decrease. I want to make sure that your family's taken care of. What else? You get them to kind of like talk through some things, and they'll start to realize, kind of like have the shift that money is there to be used, right? It is a resource, and you can kind of shift them from scarcity to abundance that way if you want to. But at the same time, it's just going with their beliefs. So if somebody says that money is scarce, yes, it is scarce. Why you want to be wise? I'd spend it on stupid shit like a hot ton, right? That trading program to learn how to make more money with the money that you already have. You feel like that's really dumb. Learning how to multiply money out of thin air at 9 a.m. on a Tuesday in your office in your PJs, like from anywhere in the world. Like, let's be real. That's not the stupidest thing in the world. So does that make sense? If somebody is in a scarcity versus abundance mindset, you can go with it and say money is scarce. That's why you got to use it on the right things. This is the right thing. Abundance, you can shift them to it. Like, do you believe that hoarding all of your money and never actually using it is a good thing in life? Like, otherwise you're just going to die with a bunch of money and then the government's going to take it all. Like, do you want that to happen? I would imagine a lot of your prospects, if I had to guess, hate taxes. So, like, you can keep it if you want. It's just going to all be the government's at the end of the day. Your kids are going to have to split it with the government. Instead, maybe we should make a little bit of it.
Okay. Yes, that makes sense.